Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a very exciting recipe for you guys. I'm going to be sharing my spicy and delicious boneless chicken curry. Now for all of you out there who cannot stand eating bones in your chicken curry or your meat curry, I've got this recipe for you guys and it's going to be really delicious. I want to give a big shout out to Maywah Spices for sponsoring this video. They sent me all of the delicious spices and ingredients that I would need to put this boneless chicken curry together. Maywah is actually one of the curry powders that I use at home and I truly enjoy the taste of it. It has a very smooth taste and it works perfect whenever you're making a curry like this. If you'd like to purchase any of these Maywah products, you can purchase them at any local West Indian store. You can also check out their Instagram and social media, and I'll leave all of that contact information in the description box right below this video. So as you all can see, I have all of my delicious spices and all of these ingredients ready to put together my curry. So in my bowl here, I'm going to start off by making my curry paste or the slurry that we need to make this. So in the bowl, I'm adding in my garlic, and I'm also going to be going in with some hot pepper. This is crushed wiri peppers that I ground, and I have these in the fridge as well. Now at this point, I'm going to start to add in all of my spices. So in the bowl, I'm going in with my Maywah curry powder, and as you all can see, this curry powder has such a beautiful color. It is not too light, it's not too dark, and it makes for a perfectly rich curry. And at this point, I'm going to be going in with the garam masala from Maywah as well. And as you guys can see, it has a very nice dark color as well. And that's one thing about making curry. It's all about the color and the smell, in my opinion. Once you see that it has that nice color, it's perfect. And I'm also going to be going in with some roasted ground cumin or geera. And this is not something that I do all of the time, but it does give the curry a nice little extra color. So I'm going in with a little bit of that Maywah turmeric or dye. And this is just going to make the curry have a nice color as well. And on top of all of those spices, I'm going to be going on with my homemade green seasoning. Now this is some fresh cilantro or shadobeni, some thick leaf thyme from my garden. It has a little bit of scallion there, lots of garlic, and it has a couple of pimento peppers or seasoning peppers. You can put anything in your green seasoning as per your own likes and tastes. I went ahead and I added in a little bit of extra water today, so this way I can make a nice paste with all of my curry and my ingredients. So at this point, let's start cooking the curry. In a heavy bottom skillet, I went ahead and added in my oil. And at this point, I'm going to add in my Maywah cumin seeds. Trust me, whenever you guys are making any kind of curry, heat up the oil and put in a couple of cumin seeds or a little sprinkle. And you're going to see how beautiful it makes the curry taste in the end. It gives such a nice fragrance. And once those cumin seeds are nice and dark, you're going to go ahead and add in that curry paste. And you want to hear that nice sizzle or that nice chunky. So this way the oil can touch the spices, so the spices can start to bloom and all of those natural oils that are contained in the spices will release from them. I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of water and rinse out my bowl that I made the curry paste in. I'm going to add it in and I'm going to let this cook down until the oil releases back from the mixture and it dries up a bit. So the mixture is starting to reduce a little bit here, the oil starting to release a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and season this mixture with some salt. You guys know whenever I make curry, I always season the curry paste with some salt or some adobo or something like that to start building up all of that flavor. So my curry paste has been cooking for about 5 to 6 minutes at this point. As you all can see, it started to get nice and thick again. The oil is releasing at the sides. So at this point, we're going to go in with our chopped onions as well as our chopped scallions. Now you can chop the onions as big or as small as you want. Same goes for the scallions. And if you didn't want to add them in whole like I'm doing here, you can also blend it up with the curry paste early on in the process. It's totally up to you and your preferences. And I'm just going to mix up the onions and the scallions with the curry paste, and I'm going to let this fry down for another 2 to 3 minutes until the onions start to break down a bit. So at this point, once the curry paste is nice and thick and the oil's released and the onions are cooked down, it's time to go in with our seasoned cut chicken thighs. Now this is boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I've cut up, I've washed, and I went ahead and I seasoned it. So you saw in the beginning of the video, I had the bottle of the Maywah chili powder as well as the black pepper. I seasoned the chicken with some of the chili powder, the black pepper. I added in some more green seasoning and I also added in some garlic powder. It's a very light seasoning, nothing crazy. But once you get that chicken in, you're going to stir it around very well. And you're going to pop the cover on and you're going to let it start to spring its own natural juices. You want to make sure you do this so this way the chicken releases all of what we call the rank water or the natural juices. And then we can go ahead and add in water if we need to later. You can see here that I'm seasoning it lightly with a little bit of adobo as well. So check this out everyone, this is about 10 minutes into the cooking process. I have this covered And as you all can see, the chicken has started to release a lot of its natural juices and it's starting to get cooked. Remember that if you're cooking boneless, skinless chicken breasts or chicken thighs, it's going to cook very quickly. So I let this cook on high for about another 5 to 6 minutes. As you all can see, the curry paste is clinging to my chicken. It's very dry and some of that oil is releasing back as well. So at this point, I'm going to go in with my potatoes. And once that potato has a chance to bunjay with the chicken for about another 5 minutes, you're going to see that it starts to stick, the chicken gets nice and brown, and this is the time where we're going to go ahead and add in our water. Now I'm not going to totally cover this because it's not going to take much longer to cook. I'm just going to cover it about halfway just so this way the potatoes can steam and they can get nice and soft. Once you go in with that water, drop the heat to a medium-low heat and let it boil down until the potatoes are nice and tender. Alright everyone, so my house is smelling absolutely amazing right now. My chicken curry is done. I made sure that the potatoes were nice and soft. I tasted it for salt, I adjusted accordingly, and I added in more water if I wanted it for my gravy. But this is how quick and simple it is to make a boneless chicken curry at home. Something super delicious. You can make this with dal and rice, you can eat this with roti, and being that it's boneless, you can even wrap it up in your roti or your dal puri. I want to give a big shout out to Maywah Spices once again for sponsoring all of the spices in this video. I truly love all of their products, their curry powder and masala especially, because as you can see, this curry had a beautiful color. It wasn't too light, nor was it too dark, and it also had a great flavor. If you enjoyed and you would like to purchase their products, I'll have all of the information in the description box below this video, so click on it. And if you enjoyed as well, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Bye everyone.